I wanted to do an internship because last summer I did one and I had a great experience, and it kind of introduced me into like the marketing and social media development kind of aspect of things. So when I just wanted to kind of expand my communication skills and like marketing interest by looking for an internship this summer, I was drawn to the Brand Gallery because I liked the small feel, and I knew I would get a hands-on experience with a smaller company.
I want to do something creative, do something in the advertising industry as opposed to doing finance or business. So I just want to try and get my foot in the door and do anything that was even halfway related. Well, I know Phil is a Denison lacrosse alum, so that was one reason that it stuck out to me, and also the work they do is very creative, progressive, and definitely caught my interest.
Internships are really important for just getting work experience, and once you graduate, and I graduated this past May, so it was really important to me to have a decent amount of experience that I can put on my resume and go out into the actual job world, the real world, and hopefully get a job as a result. I'm a cinema major, and the owner, Phil Mackin, he was also a cinema major at Denison, so I knew there was definitely going to be some related work, especially since a lot of the clients of the Brand Gallery are in television or film or commercial production. So I knew that definitely had a draw for me.
Last summer I got my first internship because after my freshman year I was kind of worried about with the new job market it's so competitive in any field, and I just wanted to just get some experience last summer, and obviously this summer going into my senior year, my last year going into school, and I just want to do as much as I can before my professional life begins.
I think I've strengthened my communication skills by doing sales calls with clients and going to different meetings and everything, and I just kind of learned how to work in a company with my whole marketing interests. I really liked, we did a tour of Blue Sky Studios, and that was really interesting because we work with a lot of networks and everything, but it was interesting to actually see a studio.
I learned a lot. I'd say one of the most important things is, especially sitting right outside Phil's offices, when you go to talk to your supervisor or your boss, be prepared. Don't know your stuff halfway, because there's nothing worse than having to stutter through an answer that you don't really know. I don't know if there's one experience I can pinpoint, but just being able to hear everything that Phil and Ian are doing in such a small office, when you really get to see what's happening in every part of the company, I found that really interesting and also really insightful.
I've learned a lot of things. I think versatility being one of them, stepping outside of your comfort zone and learning to kind of be a jack of all trades and do a lot more than just what you thought you came here to do. So it's definitely taught me to do things outside of what I would consider my expertise or whatever, as much as the expertise can be, at 22. So it's definitely taught me to be versatile and to kind of realize that there's more opportunities and things than you might realize. Like the AICP awards show that we volunteered for as a result of Phil getting in contact with them. It was a lot of fun. It was in New York, and myself and three other interns went down to New York and volunteered at two of the shows, because they have two different awards shows, and the presentations were really amazing for the awards show. I got to learn about a lot of different campaigns and kind of what goes into them, and it was just a really interesting experience. And then the second award show was just, it took place at MoMA in New York, and it was just such a glamorous, wonderful evening. It was so cool. People were dressed up, and I was in MoMA, alone with all these beautiful works of art, and it was just a really great evening and a great experience.
I learned a lot about branding, which is pretty awesome. I think I can apply that to whatever I do in my career, whether it be in marketing, advertising, or whatever. It's something that I think is important, and I'm excited to apply later on. Writing for the blog was my favorite experience because I got to read a lot. Got to read a lot of articles that were relevant to our business, and I think that helped me a lot learn about the business and what's going on.
I go home for 2 weeks and then I'm going abroad to London.
One more year of school and then the job hunt.
I'm kind of at that point that a lot of grads experience where they don't really know what they're going into next, because I pretty much went straight into this internship right after graduating. It only started like a week after I graduated. So, I've been busy this whole time, and now I've got this like infinity amount of time in front of me, and I just, I don't know where I'm going to go after that. I know that I am driving back to Colorado after this, and looking for jobs in LA and New York, and I'll be visiting LA in August so that I can meet with some people and get some names and get some interviews, and so hopefully that'll make something happen.
I'm gonna travel a little bit with my family, relax, do some training for upcoming season, and get ready for my senior year and try to enjoy it.
Work hard and listen to Phil.
I'd say keep your ears open. It's a pretty unique building and it's a unique atmosphere here. It's such a small company that you can catch a lot if you just pay attention and try and listen and take in as much as you can. People are spread out, and I think people are nervous to commit to something. I think you just need to know what you want to do and just throw yourself into it and see where it takes you.
Speak up, if you don't have a lot of work, always ask, say, hey, what else can I do next? What else can you give me? Because they might end up giving you something that you really wanted but didn't even know was an option, or they might give you something that you never would have thought to do, and then it turns out to be something you really liked. So definitely always be vocal, and always be vocal especially about what you do like, because then they can give you things that are more geared towards your skills or your interests. Be willing to go out of your comfort zone and do things you might not expect, and be proactive, especially. Research companies or news stories that you think might have some relevance. Take action on your own, but always with like a little bit of guidance, but try and make it so that you can be as productive and helpful as possible.
Not to panic, to stay optimistic, keep everything open, try a lot of things so you can get a good grasp on what you actually want to do.
Another internship that I'm excited about.
Hopefully in an ad agency on the creative side.
Probably working at an entry-level job in hopefully some sort of music and film related company. That's ideally where I'd like to be.
Hopefully I'll be in California working some sort of media advertising marketing job and making some money and enjoying myself.